So the Springboks have just announced their lineup for the upcoming test match up against France. Now, only a couple hours ago, we saw the French side being announced. The Springboks team, it is absolutely stacked. So is the French side, so this should be an absolutely awesome match. But jumping straight into it, front row, we were always going to see a change in that number 1 jersey. That is due to the injury of Oxenshare that we did see in the game up against the Japanese. So Boan Fenta, he gets a start as the number 1. Malcolm Marx at 2. And then at number 3, Thomas Dutoy. So actually 2 changes in the propping department compared to what we saw last week. Although the one consistent factor in that front row is still Malcolm Marx as that dangerous try scoring option. In the locking duo, this is where we do see quite a bit of experience for the Springboks. Eben Etzebeth slotting in as the number 4 with Ludiacha as that number 5. So they have decided to give Etzebeth that start in that 4 jersey. He has been struggling a little bit for form, but in this type of match up against a side like France, you know that he's always going to be on his A game. And they have got the backup of Arges Neyman as well as Ruan Nokia off the bench, just in case anything does go wrong for Etzebeth in the side. But moving on to the loose forward trio, this is where we see a massive milestone for Siya Kolisi. This will be his 100th test match for the Springboks. He has had plenty of those as the Springbok skipper, and he has got some real talent in that loose forward trio alongside him. Pieter-Steph du Toit as the number 7, and at number 8, they have gone with Jasper Visser. So these 3 men, they've been getting the job done for the South Africans, and up against this French pack. Of course, it is known for its size and its physicality, but that pretty much epitomizes the Springbok 4-pack as well. So scrums and also some turnovers throughout this game will definitely be must-see between these 2 sides. In the number 9 jersey, it is Kobus Reinach, with number 10 being Sasha Feinberg Ngume Zulu. So the same combination as we did see in the last match up against Japan. Out on the left wing, we do once again see Kurtley Arendse, so no Ethan Hooker for this matchup. In the midfield, Rassi has gone with as much experience as physically possible. Damien Dialindi as the number 12 and number 13, Jesse Creel. It was debated whether or not we were going to see Kanan Moody slotting in as that number 13 option. But in this case, like I said, Rassi going with those guys with the caps under their belt. The defense of these 2 in the midfield is also extremely strong for the Springboks. And I would say because of that defense, that is exactly why Rassi wants them in the side. We've got to remember, looking through at this backline, Arendse, Ngume Zulu, Damian Valimza, these guys all have brilliant attacking abilities. So you want to even that out with a few guys who will just make tackles every day of the week. And that is what you get with the centre pairing, number 14, Cheslin Colby, and then number 15, Damian Valimza. So he has returned from his hamstring injury. We did see Cheslin Colby playing as the 15 in the game up against Japan, but now transitioning back to that 14 role in the replacements. This is a 6-2, 5-3. Once again, it depends on what Rassi's feeling on the day. Johan Robelaar as the number 16, Gerhard Stennekamp as 17, and Wilco Low slots in at 18. So actually going with all 3 Bulls players off of the bench in this contest. Arges Neyman and Ruan Nokia, another Bull player there as the 20. Arges Neyman, he has been in some phenomenal form for the Springboks. His offloading is just insane, and I know I mention it every single time, but he just seems to find a way of continuing to get better and better. So no Quaka Smith in this lineup. I feel like that's one of the biggest exclusions from this lineup. Maybe you could argue alongside someone like a Kanan Moody or Ethan Hooker, or in fact, Andre Pollard. He is not there for this game up against the French. It's been debated throughout the week whether or not they need him for this game. Of course, we will know after the full-time whistle, but in this case, they've gone with those younger and more attacking-minded players in Rassi's side. For this match, number 21, Andre Esterhuizen, number 22, Grant Williams, and number 23, Mani Libok. Now, Williams and Libok, they've been working nicely together as that kind of bench option for Rassi. They've got Andre Esterhuizen, who can come on as a forward or as a back. So plenty of versatility and plenty of cover here off the bench for the Springboks. But that is the starting lineup and reserves, ladies and gents. This game kicking off at 10 p.m. on the 8th of November for you guys in South Africa. Quite a late game, but of course everyone will be up watching the Springbok side in action. It is a rematch of the Rugby World Cup quarter-final. That one separated by the 1 point. Perhaps we could be in for a close game between the two sides as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Let me know what you think of this Rugby lineup in the comments down below, and I will see you all for the next one.